guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Sue. Yeah, if you see in the title down below, that's not a reading update. This is a life update. Never thought I'd do one of these videos, but yeah, for those of you who've been around a while, you might have noticed I've been missing for about a month now, which is very unusual for me to go a whole month without filming some kind of a video. And the reason for that is I haven't read a single book in a month. And again, if you know my channel, I usually finish about 12 books by the time a month rolls around. And that's because literally a month almost to the day as I'm filming this, my whole life kind of got upheaved. Went into work and that was it. It was my last day. After 32 years of working with Barnes & Noble, I was laid off. It came as a complete shock. Still kind of is. I mean, 32 years of my life I've dedicated to that company, and I figured I would be retiring with them. But it was a company-wide layoff. I think some 1,800 people lost their jobs on that same day, and like about 4 or 5 full-time positions in order to cut costs. And in order to cut costs, they're cutting the experience of these full-time people that dedicated their lives to this position. I worked as a receiving manager at Barnes & Noble, in case you weren't aware of that, for about the past 14 years, and before that I was with a subsidiary. It was B. Dalton, but all the same company, Barnes & Noble. Yeah, so at that point, you know, the depression kicked in, the anxiety kicked in, not knowing what path to take, where I was going to go, what I was going to end up doing, or even how to go about doing it. Yeah, I'd never experienced something like that before. So this past month I've been doing nothing but getting my resume together, getting references, going online, applying for positions. And it's been tough. It's been really, really tough. There's no sunny outcome yet. I did take a part-time temporary position that I don't really want, and it hasn't actually kicked in yet. I'm waiting for paperwork and stuff to roll through before I hear back from them, and I'm quite honestly not in any hurry to hear back from them. Then there's another interview I went on that was pretty favorable. Again, pay's not as great as what I was making, but it comes with benefits. And then there's other drawbacks. It's a 75-mile round trip drive, whereas before I drove like 36 miles round trip. So just to get to the location of work, it's going to take me about an hour's worth of pay every day to afford to get there. But it comes with benefits, you know. And then there's another possibility, still hypothetical. Haven't gotten an interview yet. Had some lovely conversations with upper management there. They said they were it's to the point where they're getting ready to start interviewing. That would be the position I would really love to have. Drawback: part-time, no benefits. Possibility of full-time benefits, but no guarantee as to if or when. So then you think, well, okay, what if those two positions come through? Take the job that you need because it pays and you've got benefits, or take the job you really love and hope that eventually happens and have to get another part-time job. I don't know. It's like that. That's what my mind is. It's like it's like playing chess and trying to figure out the pieces and the moves ahead of time, and it's just so frustrating. So during this whole month, this is like my new job, is looking for a job. And when I take on a job, I give it 110%. So I'm just so focused on that I can't even think of picking up a book. Every time I think, okay, I'm just going to, it's the weekend or it's late in the evening, just put everything aside, just sit down and rest and read a book. I just can't do it. I feel like that's a luxury I don't have time to afford to do, and it's just wearing me out in a way. My friends keep saying, you haven't read anything yet, and they're all shocked, you know. So, yeah, this is not how I thought the rest of my life would go. It is definitely a struggle. I've you know, trying to figure out what your skill set is suitable to, having no college degree, you know. It's just, I'm a laborer basically, so yeah, I don't know, we'll see. Maybe management skills will turn up something. I don't know. I just don't know. If you guys have been through something like this, let me know down below. It's tough, but that moment when that hammer came down and I got home and I just looked at my books and I thought they just yanked the whole love of reading out of me. But it's slowly coming back thanks to everyone on BookTube. Some of you have commented on my absence through Twitter or through commenting on some of the comments I left behind on my trail through BookTube as I've watched some videos, but I do appreciate that. Thank you very much. But I'm slowly kind of getting back into it. It's like I desperately want to read. It's just letting myself have that time. I'm so looking forward to March Mystery Madness. I had a whole stack of books and things I planned on reading, and that kind of all went away. So, yeah. I think what I was last reading, just to kind of get you caught up, where I left off, I was listening to Ghostwritten by David Mitchell. I was having a little problem with that one, getting into it. Wasn't as interesting as some of his other ones. I think that might be one of his earlier books, if not his first one. But yeah, I don't know if I'll have to either restart that one or I might just give it a pass for a while. And then the other one was this huge beast of a book, The Company of the Dead by David Kowalski. It's the alternate history kind of involving Titanic and the Kennedys and Roswell and all sorts of strange things. There's no longer a United States. It's divided north and south, and it's occupied by Germany and Japan. It's a crazy book. I was kind of enjoying it, but I'm on page like 236. But when all this happened, I couldn't just keep picking this one up. Only recently, and once March kind of kicked in, I decided to try one of my mysteries that I had set aside, which was The Daughter of Time by Josephine Tey. This is a book I'd read quite some time ago. I thought with its size I would get through it fairly quickly. And I have not, because I keep putting it down. I'm on page 104 on that one. I'm not enjoying it as much as I think I did the first time, or it's been so far removed from my mind that I don't remember how I felt about it, or it's the situation I'm in now that's making me look on the book differently and finding it a bit slow. It's not grabbing me as much, but it's about an inspector in Scotland Yard. He's recovering from a broken leg, and he's stuck in the hospital. He's bored out of his mind. His friends bring him things to look at, photos and scenery, and then one decides to bring him portraits because he's sort of fascinated by faces, and he gets like an instant impression of a person when he looks at him. And he's looking at this one portrait, and then when he flips the thing over and sees the name of Richard III, he's kind of shocked because it's not the impression that he got on the front of this person, that it's this villainous hunchback who's charged with killing his brother's children. So he starts to investigate that whole what happened to the princes in the tower kind of thing, and delving through historical record and biographies of him, and finding a lot of holes and hearsay. And yeah, I think it's starting to pick up a little bit more now, or maybe my attitudes are changing a little bit. I don't know. But yeah, I'm hoping it will pick up a little bit more. But I'm only halfway through it. So yeah, that's where I am. That's where I've been. That's what I've been doing for this past month. And I really miss being on BookTube. I've thought about doing this video for quite some time, and I just couldn't motivate myself to do it. But here I am. I'm back. I don't know when I'll be doing another review or reading update and or review until I actually complete something, or at least complete a couple books. But I probably will be back with the book haul. I have this stack back here of things I've kind of accumulated right up to that point, and a few after. So I do want to kind of show you guys some of these as well. So I will be back, at least for that, if nothing else, for a while. But yeah, I will see you in the comment fields of various videos, if nothing else. And I'll try and get back here as soon as I can.